Over 20 years of coaching, and I've seen people put all sorts of things in their mouth for the sake of health, nutrition, and diet. There's so many fads out there that are all right and all wrong at the same time. And the majority of people get it wrong when they start picking and choosing little bits of information from all these different areas. If I was to start again, and if I was to start my weight loss journey and start coaching someone completely from scratch, these are the few things that I'd implement. Number one, pick a path, choose one. There's keto, there's 5-2, there's low carb, there's no carb, there's only protein, there's high fats, there's all these different theories and wonderful magic potions that people can take and ways that people can start to lose fat. But if you try and cross-reference them, none of them will work. I'm not saying any of these diets are right or wrong. All I'm saying is as soon as you label it a diet or you label it something that's a certain way, then you're endangering your success straight away because you're giving it a time limit. A diet is something you go on to lose weight. And then at the end of that diet, what usually happens is people will then rebound and start putting weight back on because they've ended their diet. What we need to look for, or what I would suggest, is looking for a lifestyle, a way that suits how you live. Keto may work really well for a lot of people, but for some, the pressure of social marketing may be a little bit too much, considering there's absolutely nothing worthwhile eating on the shelves that's in a package. But if you're looking to do keto, you need to do it properly. You need to look at how you're going to stay in ketosis for longer periods of time while healthily doing it without added supplements that keep you in ketosis. These things are marketing fads for people who can't stay in ketosis. So if you're going to pick one, choose one and stick with it. Other than that, make sure whatever you're implementing works with your lifestyle. Number two, a food diary. Keeping track of what you're eating, keeping track of anything keeps you on track with it. Energy flows where attention goes. So pay attention to what you're doing and keep track of what you're doing. Therefore, the energy is there to be able to keep you consistent. You're on it. If you want to double down on that and do a 2.5, you could make yourself accountable by making it public, or 2.57, get a coach or some sort who's going to keep you accountable, who's going to be there to say, don't forget about that. Number three, and this is going to go against everyone else and every other specialist or guru is going to tell you, but don't count calories. You're already taking on a lot. You're already trying to implement a new fitness regime, change your diet, do this, mindset's better, blah, blah, blah. All these added extras that you're trying to do all in one go. Slow down, do one at a time. You've started moving, great. You're going to the gym or you're doing your sport, which means that you are doing half an hour to an hour's workout, maybe 2 or 3 times a week. If you look at the advice from my previous video, taking it slow and steady so that it's not overwhelming for your lifestyle. Adding an extra thing to do is going to overwhelm you. You're going to slip up. You're going to beat yourself up. You're going to start again Monday or start again next week, and then that Monday or next week will never come. So instead of counting calories, just making small, adaptable, easily adaptable changes to start off with. Look at your overall nutrition plan, or if you have a coach, get them to look at your overall nutrition plan. Ask them, is there one small thing that's going to make the biggest difference right now? They might look and see that you're eating cornflakes for breakfast, and they'll go, maybe we should change breakfast because the first meal of the day is important. It doesn't matter what time you eat it, but the first thing you eat is going to be important. So maybe we incorporate a couple of eggs there, or a bit of protein as the first thing that you put through your gob. That's what's going to make the difference. Small little things. After a week or two of that, and you're like, well, I'm having eggs every single day now, and I don't even think about it. I just do it. Then we can look at the next thing to see if the next step is easily implementable. Oh, maybe we look at intermittent fasting as the next thing. Maybe don't have your breakfast until 12, 1 o'clock. That might be the next one. Slow, steady wins the race. Slow, implementable. Once they become second nature, then look at the next thing. Number 4, which is kind of the more difficult one, and it's what you don't do rather than what you do. And what you don't do is eat seed oils or vegetable oils. You try your best to stay away from them. They are in everything. It is quite difficult to stay away from them. But if you eat natural and you eat only basic foods, meat, vegetables, you'll stay away from them quite easily. But as we know, society doesn't allow for that kind of behavior. So the best thing I would say is limit your seed and vegetable oils, because a lot of you aren't going to stop it, not straight away, not cold turkey. The seed vegetable oils are things that you probably cook in. It's in a lot of pre-packaged foods, even foods that try and look healthy, and it's in a lot of baked goods, crisps, cookies, biscuits, the stuff we know we shouldn't have, but we're going to have a little bit of it anyway. My crux is probably a bag of crisps every now and then. No, I would say like 4 times a year, but it's probably a little bit more than that. But again, it's knowing when you're having it, being mindful of it, and not saying, oh, I've had that, so it being like Tuesday and being like, oh, I'll just start next Monday then instead. Once you've had it, enjoy it as it is, move straight on. Be like, I'm not going to have any more seed oils for another 6 months, because seed oils are the stay fat. Best time to have some sugar would be after a workout of some sort, after some activity, but that's going to be used by the muscles. It's glycogen, hopefully not stored fat, because it's the first fuel source. So what we want to try and do is stay away from the seed oils, because the seed oils are stay fats. They'll take a good like 3 to 6 months, maybe longer. And then finally, I'd try and implement one of these 3 methods. Intermittent fasting, squirrel list, or carb backloading, some might call it. It's what it is essentially. So intermittent fasting is basically having your dinner at 6, 7 p.m. and then not eating and having your breakfast, breaking your fast, breakfast, until 12, 1 o'clock. Essentially missing breakfast, but your breakfast is just a little bit later really, because it's just the first meal of the day. That in turn means you're eating less foods and tempted less by food in the morning. The squirrel list, which I like to pride myself in, maybe I invented it. Maybe I did invent it. I invented it. And squirrel list is through the week. Every time you see something that you really fancy or you want to eat, you write it down, you create a list, just in your notepad, on your phone or whatever. And then from that list, either Saturday or Sunday, you go through your list and you pick one thing off that list. You go and get it, you eat it, you enjoy it, and you delete the list and start again the next week. That makes sure that you're still eating the things that you want, the things you enjoy, because you don't want to stop eating what you enjoy, because you'll never succeed. You will never keep staying away from the things that you really enjoy. So writing this list and picking one thing from it at the weekend, I tell all my clients it's the best thing to keep yourself accountable, but also give yourself that little bit of a treat, and stop picking things as you go through the week as well. It gives you that level of accountability for yourself, and you also then only really have what you actually really enjoy. And then finally, the carb backloading, which is essentially just make sure you're eating some of your healthy fats, your proteins, all that good stuff through the day. And then at night, which is normally the time when people are feeling peckish and a little bit weak because their energy levels are low and their morale's a little bit low, then you've saved any sort of like treats or carbs that you'd like for the evening. As long as you're working out in the mornings, that's going to work really well. You're storing those carbs, you can utilize them for the next morning once they've converted to glucose, and you're ready to go, you're set, and you on a path that's going to, again, if you're working out in the morning, it's more of a path to supporting your lifestyle rather than a fad. So picking a couple of these from this list is really going to help you strip off some fat, get your mindset in the right place, and head you towards your goals, whatever that may be. Just try not to overwhelm yourself with it. Just remember, it all starts with the mind and it ends with action. So think about what actions are going to actually shift your mindset purposefully and permanently as a lifestyle. That's where change happens.